Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome to part 3 of our attempt to rebuild the Lost World Jurassic Park in a kind of park tour kind of way right here in Jurassic World Evolution. In the last video we made the dinosaur game trail, which I still think looks pretty great. It does need more dinosaurs, we did decide that in the last video. I haven't checked the results of the gyrosphere yet, so the gyrosphere track thing yet, so I'll have to have a look at that. But I think I'm going to basically double up the number of dinosaurs in here because it just doesn't look like enough when it comes to this. But today we're going to do the dinosaur camp, the one where it's nighttime, and I've completely forgotten his bloody name. Ludlow is doing the little presentation about Jurassic Park San Diego. And then the Triceratops bursts through and blah blah blah. They've got all these dinosaurs sort of chained up. And that is what we're going to do first. So I've gone back and watched the scene. Because the important thing for this is getting the dinosaurs right. As in what dinosaurs are caged up. And you don't see them all in the cage. In the cage you see a baby you see a baby Triceratops, you see an adult Triceratops, you see a baby Stegosaurus, you see an adult Stegosaurus, and you see a Pachycephalosaurus. That's all you see in the actual cage. But when it comes to the actual breakout, you also see a Parasaurolophus, you see two Gallimimuses, you see a second Pachycephalosaurus. So that is our set of dinosaurs. So we're going to get our dinosaurs on the way nice and early. So Gallimimus, as incorrect people may call it. And over here, let's get ourselves our others. Trike. Now, do we want a default? We probably do want a default pattern. Yeah, we've got default. And I know it should be a baby. It was a baby in the film, or at least one of them was. But I just figure it, it's still there. It's still a dinosaur. I can't make an actual baby, so whatever. They are on the way. Let's build the actual exhibit. So it's going to sit over here in this corner, and the exit's going to sit over here. If I find it, there it is. Boop. Let's kill some of these trees. Stupid trees. Now, the camp itself is going to be quite difficult to accurately build, just because in the film it's a bunch of tents primarily, and, sort of rugged vehicles and stuff like that. Stuff that we can't really build, if we're honest, in Jurassic World Evolution. But we're going to do our very best. Like no one ever was. Now, as they approach the camp in the film... Alright, I'm going to do it here. Let me flatten from here. So, Owen and Nick Van Owen, which is me realising why I'm calling him Owen all the time. Nick Van Owen and Ian Malcolm and that lot, they actually approach from like a hill overlooking the camp for the second time in a row, because they did it over here with the game trail as well. So they'd be over here looking in, and the camp would stretch. It's not really, it's more like, I need to get it right. It's more like over here, and the camp sort of, they're looking to this side where my mouse is now. And about here is where the tent is with the presentation. There's the Jeep with the radio, and there's a bunch of tents and stuff here. And then I think it's meant to be over on this side over here, where all the dinosaurs are in their little... I don't think it's ever actually shown that well where the actual dinosaurs are in relation to the rest of the buildings, but we're gonna go for something roughly like that. I do want this to look a little less stupid. It should just feel like a natural little hill that they stand on, sit on, lie on, as they do for the entire blimmin' film. Let's make that a bit bigger, shall we? There we go, beautiful. I just want to address something super quickly. I've had tons of comments about this, about the whole skinning thing, and of course I did see it on the Jurassic World Evolution subreddit. I will have a video up on that in about an hour or so, so if you've been waiting for me to talk about it, do not worry, it is on the way. Right. So, first things first, let's try to set the boundaries of this actual exhibit. Let's just use our steel fence and curl around the outside. The camp is absolutely embedded within the forest, so that's a really important kind of feeling to keep. Over this side is where the dinosaurs are going to be. And then down here is going to be the more... I'm going to go about there, I think. It's actually a little bigger than I initially planned or expected, but I really need to make sure the forest around the outside of it is like super dense. The densest forest your mum has ever seen, right? Is what I'm looking for here. Because it really does feel like it's just this tiny, tiny little camp in the middle of the woods. So we're going to forest it up. I really don't want you to be able to see a fence. I really want it to feel sort of enclosed, you know? like kind of claustrophobic almost. Also, one thing I want to do, we're going to go into sandbox settings. We're going to change rain only to light storms. I don't want a twister because that'll be a pain, but if we can get some light storms, then occasionally my buildings may get damaged. I'm not going to worry too much about this, but what I'm hoping is that some of these camp buildings we put in eventually sort of set on fire, basically, because I think that'll be a really cool sort of nod to the film. Sort of the camp post-destruction, basically. I want to smooth this out so it feels like an actual ramp. As in something they'd feasibly walk up, something like that. And then we're going to hide this bit in forest, because I want you to go through and go up there. Alright, and they should be sort of like looking over the trees into the forest. Now, I don't think we can... Yeah, you know, that's probably okay. We can probably make this a little smaller as well, now that I look at it, because the camp is more like this kind of shape. Yeah, so all this bit on the right-hand side is not necessary. The camp's got, it's kind of like a diagonal line, like a strip. It's quite a long camp, actually. It's longer than I thought it was until I sort of rewatched the scene and actually focused on its formation. Which, you know, it's not something you do that often. At the end of the day, you watch a film, you kind of just enjoy the film. I watched Jurassic Park, I'm like, oh, dinosaurs, hooray! But I've, you know, until I start doing these kind of videos, and the same with Jurassic Park 1, when we did our Minecraft series, or the early Jurassic World Evolution series, you tend to just enjoy the film rather than focusing on the exact layout of camps and such. But it's quite interesting when you actually start doing it. I think that's definitely... I think I might flip it a little bit. So we're going to put the dinosaurs on the right. And the camp stuff on the left. It should be the other way around, but because of how this has worked out, it's not. It's just not going to happen, frankly. So, how are we going to make a camp? That is the question. A question I still don't really have an answer to. First of all, let's make sure this is proper forest. I don't want to see a fence anywhere. Fences are the devil, as you all know, if you've been listening to my podcast called Fences Are the Devil. The podcast. It's very exciting. There's only one episode, and it lasts about 2 seconds, but it gives you all the information you need. Right, okay, that's looking pretty good. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cages. Now the dinosaurs are not going to be happy in these cages. There's really no two ways about it. The dinosaurs are going to be unhappy. That's kind of part of the point, right? So my one worry with this is they are going to die eventually. There's not really much I can do about that. They're going to starve to death because I can't. What am I meant to do? How do I? Maybe I can keep them alive. They're going to be very uncomfortable, but they'll be alive. Got to try and make these straight. They should feel like it's. I mean, we can't make an actual cage, but we can use the fences to kind of give it that impression, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to worry too much about where they would sit in relation to each other. At the end of the day, you don't see most of these cages in the film. You don't see any of the Gallimimus ones, for example. So some of them are just going to kind of... Is that really... He's snapping there. Is that... Oh, no. It's not right. It's not... That's wrong. That's why. Still got to try to keep it relatively cage-like, you know? You know what I should do now that I think about it? Is put down the feeder and then build around it. Stop going there, you little lemon. Go away, I'm telling you to, love. Beautiful, right. I was thinking as well about putting a gate on the front, because the front, it's not really locked on any of them, although it's been blocked by the feeder. But you need to be able to see the dinosaurs through the front of the gate, I think, for it to work, so I'm not going to do that. For the aesthetique that I'm looking for. That's right. Aesthetique with a Q. That's pretty cool. It does look like weird little cages, which is, you know, kind of the whole point. And I don't think they'd worry too much about having it all laid out neatly and stuff. They just kind of, stupid dinosaurs, this is where you live now. Is that the biggest one? So that's going to be one of the trikes. A little bit too much forest there, but it really should feel like it. You know, it should feel sort of ramshackle. This isn't a well-made base camp. This is a hastily put together series of tents with some dinosaurs stuck nearby. It shouldn't feel too official. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to do 9 of these, man. I don't think... right, I'm going to put the Gallimimuses together. And I'm going to put the Pachycephalosauruses together. So we only have to do 7. Alright? 2 Stegos, 2 Trikes, 1 Pachy, 1 Para, 1 Galli. Is that 7? That's 7. I can count. Yeah, because otherwise we're going to run out of room, basically. And we'll have to stick some water in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more. I just really want to keep them away from this belt on the left. They should feel sort of shunted off to the side, you know? Poor dinosaurs. I know. It's very upsetting for me as well, don't get me wrong. I don't really want any trees inside either. As in inside the actual cages. Okay. Put one over here. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Okay, and the last one. I feel like you wouldn't stick it. You'd have them around like a central path like this, you know. It's quite fun building things at an angle. Now, that sounds weird, but it's not something you do that often. And I don't know all the different sizes, but in theory you would bring different sized cages for different sized animals. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to get rid of those trees there. Bad trees. Bam. I do really want it to feel safe. I'd love to put, if I could squeeze one in, a gyrosphere path going through there. I think that would look really cool. I think it would actually really suit it. Maybe we can hide one in here. I'm not convinced. I'm gonna give it a little go. I think it'll really suit it to have a gyrosphere path going through the whole thing. Because people are walking back and forth along a very specific path in this area. It makes sense that a gyrosphere path would actually build up, you know? I'm gonna stick it there. And I think that will be hidden enough in the trees that this is justifiable. I just think it's really going to help. So I want it to kind of curl and kind of take in most of the camp. And over there, maybe. Oh, I don't know. You can definitely see it, but you can't super see it. I just want a little bit more tree in front of it. Just a little bit more tree. I don't know. I think it might be worth it. I think it looks pretty cool. So we're gonna keep it for now, but we shall see. Right, let's get some of our dinosaurs shifted over. So we've got Gallies, and over here's our Trikes and our Para. Get my helicopter out. Start shooting some dinosaurs. Doopy 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 doop. No, I don't know why either. I really don't. How do I still only have half a star? Just because there's no food, no hotels, no transport, and you can't see a single dinosaur is not an excuse, okay? My park is wonderful. How dare you give it such a low rating, game? Okie dokie. So what else do we need? We need 2 Pachycephalosauruses. They are perfect colouring already. We are good to go with that. Let's get our Gallies shifted over. Because there's 2 of them, I'm going to put the Gallies in the bigger... The biggest one... Wait, what's the biggest one? Probably this one. Or this one. So that's going to be... One of these is a Gallimimus and one of these is a Pachycephalosaurus. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I might have to... we might have an issue here, folks. I don't think... I'm not convinced the feeders are going to work. Because I can't transport a dinosaur onto a feeder. What I'm going to try to do is transport the dinosaurs in, then put the feeder down, but I think even that blocks it. This might be a temporary exhibit, shall we say, one that I have to rebuild again at the end of the series. But we'll give it a go. What we could always do is try to come up with a system wherein we feed the dinosaurs. Yeah, see, it's obstructed now. And there's no way I'm going to be able to put it in when the dinosaurs are. This is really annoying. Oh well, c'est la vie. What can you do, eh? What can you do?
Heading to pick up the asset.
Heading to pick up the asset. Sorry. We also need 2 stegos. Woodland pattern, I think we decided on last time. Yeah, it was pretty good. I think that's all of them. Unless I've gone totally crazy. Get our first trikey boy over. Spiky horny boy, whatever you want to call him. Now, there's definitely a Triceratops on the right. Which one's the other one? Pachycephalosaurus is going in there, so Trike can go in. That can be the baby Trike. Because it's cool. It's all commotion. Feels like InGen, you know? We're getting all these dinosaurs, transporting them over. It's proper InGen-y kind of stuff. Was it ever really explained why InGen sent 2 teams? Was it just because Thingy was trying to overwrite Hammond's rule? I guess so. I'm going to put the 2 Trikes together. No, I want to mix it up. Trike over there. So Trike, Gallimimuses, Pachycephalosauruses. You never see the Parasaur, so I'm going to put the Parasaur at the back. And then Stego. Yeah, cool. Sorted. Sorted. What are you? You're the Parasaur, you're going at the back. No, no! Oh no, that 5% has finally got me. It had to happen eventually. Been playing with fire for so long. And our Pachycephalosauruses, let's go. We'll get these all queued up and then we can start getting started on the actual... Wait a minute, was it... Wait, it was this one, right? For the Pachycephalosauruses? I think so. Storm warning! Right, I need to go. I need to build. Right, so there's a few ideas I had. One of them, I want a ranger station, I think. Because just, you know, jeeps and stuff kind of suits the environment. I'm going to get a ranger station. Ah, I've not been done. It's not in time! How frustrating! Unfortunately, none of the buildings really do suit a camp, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Well, it's not okay, these bloody terrain constraints. Which one broke? You broke. No, you didn't break. Which one broke? You did. I mean, see, that's what I want. That is what I've been looking for. That's beautiful. That doesn't really bother me, to be honest. It looks great though, doesn't it? These heavy storms are very, very cool. So, I'm gonna get that in. What's the tentiest looking thing I have? There's really nothing, if we're honest, that even vaguely resembles a tent. Emergency shelter is small and tent-ish. I want to squeeze one of these in, but the game is not letting me do it. I can do this. I can do this. Just get rid of the trees for a second. Yeah, that's a problem right there, because that is permanently, that little hill is always there, no matter what you do. Annoyingly. I think what we'll have to do is change the gyrosphere track. If we just have it like there instead, just leading into the dinosaur bit, I'll be able to squeeze a lot more stuff in here, which is important. You need buildings or it's not going to work, right? And let's up these, because there are actually a bunch of vehicles in the area now. They look probably... I think that's actually not a bad one. They've got this kind of military... official kind of look to them. It's probably something more like that compared to any of the others anyway, so we'll go with that. I think it needs to feel even more foresty though. Like this. Just because we're using such huge buildings as well. I want one more. I want one more. They're all just so Jurassic World-esque, you know. It's very scientific and... what's the word I'm looking for? Very clinical and That's not the word I'm looking for. Sanitized. It's something like sanitized and clinical. When you talk about like a doctor's office. Or like a... What's that word I'm looking for? Oh, it's going to bug the bejeebus out of me. I was thinking a platform as well. I think a platform is a reasonable thing to build. Now that I've put the buildings in, we can maybe pull the path out a little bit anyway. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm okay with this. Now, is there any chance I can get a feeder in here? Nope, didn't think so. It is what it is. We're gonna get to enjoy it for now, and then we'll just have to put the dinosaurs back in the future. I don't think there's really an alternative.
En route to collect the asset.
So Parasaurus in, Trike is in, other Trike should be in, yes. Gallimimuses are both in. Yep, we're just looking now for the Stegos, which I believe are good to go. I wish there was a way to turn on that dinosaurs don't need feeding, basically. What I was considering when I first started planning how I was going to build this was to have, like, behind the exhibits were going to be more in a line, and then I'd have like a second huge exhibit that kind of sits behind it, and you'd put a fence in the back of each exhibit, which then leads onto the big exhibit where you put the food. Kind of like what we did with the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex in our INGEN playthrough, where they had their little exhibit, but then they had a separate sort of exhibit that you'd let them in occasionally to eat. But I do think it would sort of ruin the look of the whole thing, unfortunately. So... it's not a big deal. I'll just replenish dead dinosaurs. It wouldn't be the first time.
Asset to be collected.
Okay, I think it's okay. It doesn't look that much like a camp, but I think within the confines of what we can do, this is about as close as you can get, if we're honest. I do want to tree it up as much as possible. Oh, it's hiding this. I wish I could just squeeze a tree, sort of, you know, this is why we need individual trees, because I want a tree, like, in between each cage, but because of the size limitations, the game just doesn't let me do it. See, that's just... well, what we can do is we can reveal the trike on the right and keep the tree there.
Asset being transported.
There we go. We're done, basically. Once the Stegos are in, we are actually finished. Did I get the other Stego? Nope. Come on, buddy. Meow. So I really want to set this to nighttime. I'd really like another storm, and pray that... basically, we're just going to leave storms on for the entire thing. If an important building ever gets damaged, we'll fix it, but what we're basically hoping for is that by the end, these 4 buildings here are all damaged completely. And we'll never fix them, because it'll just look cool. Okay, so, ladles and gentle ladles. Next episode is gonna be... I was gonna do the trailer, right, hanging off the cliff, but the more I think about it, the more I think it's basically impossible. I'm still curious what you guys think, whether that's something we attempt, if you have any ideas, but I don't see any way we can do it so it looks anything like it does in the film. So I think what we're better doing is just doing the scene that follows that. So that again would be the camp, but I don't think we're even going to do the camp. I think I just want to do the long path, the winding path with water and a forest, and then they run into the waterfall cavey bit, which again is something we're going to struggle with, but we'll try. They run into there, there's water coming down, and the Rex, blah, 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 blah. So we'll have like a game trail for the Rex, but within the forest. I think that's what we're going to do next. I think I've made an executive decision. I'm still open to ideas, but I think that is the right thing to do. So I think what we'll do is we'll have that start over here. We'll go through here and you'll go down this way, and this will be the Rex run path. So that'll cut off, say, let's do some planning while we wait for our Stego. So that'll be like that. It's not gonna be that wide, is it? Just need to make sure it's wide enough to get covered. So it'll be something like that. And then we need to do the tall grass. So that's gonna go this way into tall long grass, not tall grass. Remember that. So that's gonna be a path through there, probably a gyrosphere path again. I'm getting quite into the gyrosphere path, and we're going to cover that with forest and bushes and such. Again, I'd love a long grass option, and it just isn't one. This does not count as long grass before people yell at me about that again, because, look, that's not... I mean, it is, but it's not it's not that long, you know what I mean? It's not long enough, is my point. We might just use this, though. So it's going to be like that, and I'll carve like a path through this grass with the gyrosphere. You'll run along there. Maybe not even the gyrosphere, we'll just kind of make a natural looking one. And then you'll slide down a hill, down towards the worker village over here, where there'll be more raptors, and then you'll go to San Diego. So we've only got 3 more things to do. And these 2 are kind of joined together. Is there anything I'm missing? Oh no, we've got 4 things to do, what am I about? Rex Chase, Long Grass, Worker Village, San Diego. That is currently the plan.
Asset has been transported.
That was my last Stegosaurus. Let's set it to night time. And are we going to hop in a Jeep? Let's hop in the Jeep. Why the blimmin' hell not? Where are you, love? There we are. Ranger Team 3, assemble. Bump. Now, do have to try to remember where I put. Is the gate over here? I think the gate's over here. It is. Good stuff. Did we ever drive through this one? Through our... I don't think we ever drove through the game trail. I do need to populate it with more dinosaurs and set it to daytime, but I think just driving through here when there's tons of dinosaurs is going to feel pretty cool. It won't be at nighttime, so the lights will be a little less obnoxious. I'm still not convinced by those either way, but... Soz! How did I repair the gyrosphere from here? For now, we're going to follow the lights. They're pretty cool, they're just not game trail-esque. Like I said, it's more like an airport, right? And we're going to have the same problem here. But saying that, it does make at least a little... What the hell's a fence? It does make at least a little bit of sense that InGen, even if they didn't... Oh, I really like where this fence is. They would have a lit path, you know? Maybe they'd stick some... Maybe it's not a lit path like this, but they'd stick some lamps in the ground and stuff like that to kind of light the way. That makes sense. That's logical, so... I want to put more trees on this right-hand side. I don't want you to see the dinosaurs as you come in. It should be like it is in the film, where they're overlooking from the hilltop like this. They're looking down into the camp from here. And they sneak in. Over there is where the tent would be. The main tent is that that building in front of me. The security thing. No, what is that building? I know. That's where he's given the presentation about Jurassic Park San Diego, and then the gang, and there's the cars with the radios on, and the gang would sneak over here to our little dinos, which need healing already, apparently. What? Okay, whatever. I think this is better without a Jeep. If anything, some of these exhibits are a little bit big, aren't they? They don't feel cagey enough. Where can I make them smaller? I just want to find like a nice small one. I think it's okay. It's not... Why are you low health? What's going on? I mean, you're starving to death, I guess. Yeah, this is not going to last long, is it? We have to enjoy this right now, because this is going to end very soon. They're all going to be dead within no time at all, unfortunately. Maybe I can come up with an alternate way to make this work. Right now, I don't really know what that would be. Well, we've got to enjoy it for today, and all we have to do is do it one more time. At the end of the series. I think it's okay. It's as campy as it's going to get, basically. I need that storm to hit. And again, I need opinions about this. I really wish you could get rid of these lights. If you could get rid of the lights, these paths would be awesome. They really would. Or just give me a dirt path tool. Seriously, why do we not have a dirt path tool? The more I think about it, the more ridiculous that is in the first place. Again, so yeah, some opinions on the gyrosphere lights would be really cool. Other than that, I'm going to say we are pretty done. Ladles and gentle ladles. Next episode, very exciting. The dinosaur, the T-Rex chase, going to be very, very cool. Although we might do... I kind of want to do both Rexes, right? Because his Mama and Papa Rex are both there. Yeah, both Rexes are there during the start of that with Eddie. And there's only one Rex that chases him through the camp. But maybe we could do like a bigger area, put a little cliff in, like the Eddie bit, and then have both Rexes there, and then let one of the Rexes through onto the trail or something like that. We'll have a little think about it. There we go. Camp is finished. I'll see you lovely folks next time. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm thinking we do a gate here instead. We have a little area here where we try to make it look like a cliff. It's going to be near enough impossible, but we can put like a little ditch here and then have the cliff bit basically go straight into the chase bit with the Rex into the waterfall. I know that's not how it happened, there was a camp, but I really want to put both Rexes in, and both Rexes weren't in the camp. Both Rexes were only there at the cliff edge, so I think we kind of meld those two together into one longer exhibit, something like that. I shall have a little think about it. You lovely folks have a little think about it. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers, much love, as always. Bye-bye. Quick little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.